What's up, folks? Welcome back to the Get Down. I'm Apollo 13.
I'm Frantic.
And today we're gonna do a lyric breakdown of one of my songs from my last album, Stunted Growth. It's actually the title track, Stunted Growth.
It's a gem.
Thank you.
I like it.
I like to think so. Without further ado, it jumps into verse 1. It goes, 7 p.m. I rose from my slumber, stumble out of bed, ignore that morning lumber. So back in the day, I had a different lifestyle, and 7 p.m. would be when I was getting up. I'd be up all night, crash early in the morning, get up around 6 or 7, start my day again. Stumble out of bed, ignore that morning lumber. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I wake up stiff, not because I slept the wrong way, if you catch my drift. Check my phone, blown up by these different numbers. Life cold as fuck, even though it's summer. All the snow, the whole row is covered. Got me under my covers, under surveillance by these undercovers. So check my phone, blown up by these different numbers. I'm in demand, people are calling me, everybody wants something from me. It's exhausting, Life cold as fuck, even though it's summer, you picture a nice, hot, sunny day, but you have that cold-hearted feeling on the inside. So I'm peeking under shutters, will make my mother shudder, like how you boy grow up to be a motherfucker. So, everybody's had this feeling at some point. It's like, whoever your role model was, in this example, I'm talking about my mother, who was like a saint, and, you're doing stupid shit, and they're wondering, like, is this my fault? But no, really, it's on you. That's life. Out the frying pan, still smooth as butter, though. All these wolves hiding rockin' wool and other clothes. So what I'm saying is, people look like your friends. All these wolves hiding rockin' wool and other clothes. They say wolf in sheep's clothing. So rockin' wool and other clothes. Riding waves till they get pulled to the undertow. I ain't frontin' B, cause it really takes one to know. So everybody talks about riding the wave, but eventually that wave's gonna crash. And that's when you get pulled to that undertow. I ain't frontin' B, cause it really takes one to know. That's me having lived through the things I'm talking about, that I know people living a certain lifestyle will experience. It's how it goes. It take darkness for the light to glow. Light a match, wait a second, hail, then light the smoke. Getting rich quick, don't matter when your soul is broke. Shut the fuck up, dog. Stop preaching and pass the note. So what I'm saying is, getting rich quick don't matter when your soul is broke.
Facts.
It just means, like, yeah, you can have success, you can snake people to get your paper up or whatever, but when your soul is broken, nothing will fill that void. Takes darkness for the light to glow. Light a match, wait a second, hail, then light the smoke. The dark shit you go through in your life is necessary for your light to shine. The bar after that is just about lighting the smoke. Then it goes, shut the fuck up, dog, stop preaching and pass the note. So what they're saying is, all right, I ain't trying to hear all that good shit, trying to drop gems on me. Just give me the loot. Shut the fuck up, dog, stop preaching and pass the note. Then it goes into the hook. The hook goes, I'm trying to cope. I'm losing hope. Smoking dope.
Smoking?
Stunted growth. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm trying to cope. Sometimes it feels like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. You feel like you're drowning and you're just trying to cope. Make everything okay any way you can. I'm losing hope. Same shit. Smoking dope. Smoking weed, trying to maintain, trying to deal with that shit. Maybe bad habits to try and fill that void that you're feeling, even though they'll inevitably make it worse. And then stunted growth. It's these patterns, these behaviors, and how they're stunting your growth, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and all that. I'm gonna do the second verse too. It'll be quicker. It goes about 4 a.m. and the club shut down. Walking through the city with a biddy met just now. So, 4 a.m., club's closing. That's usually when I'm getting ready to start ending my night or whatever. Meet a girl downtown, you know what I mean? That's when you're living that kind of fast lifestyle, People are hooking up, meet lots of different girls, whatever. I don't do that shit no more though. Hit Pizza Corner, get some chow. If you down, and go back to Ma and maybe strip you down. Pizza Corner is famous in Halifax. It's a corner where basically, after the bars get out, everybody goes, gets their drunk food.
Shout out to Willie's. Your poutine is amazing.
It's the best poutine in the city for sure.
Facts.
Okay, and this bar I'm really proud of. So it goes, like a car for used parts, we both been around. Before we got together, our minds shrouded by them whiskey clouds. I don't know if any of you are car heads, but, we were brought together like a car for used parts. We both been around before we got together. It's like when you're taking parts from another car and using it to replace something in your car. Both cars have been around, but now they're as one. So, like a car for used parts, we both been around before we got together. I'm shrouded by them whiskey clouds. About to kiss, then I hear some shit, I spin around. Dudes beefing, girls screaming, one was bleeding, hit the ground. So, you're out, you're having a good night, you met a lady, you're getting some food, and then the drama starts. People, you don't know them, maybe you do know them, they're beefing, maybe somebody gets cut up, somebody gets beat up, somebody gets shot, and then all of a sudden your good night is turning into a nightmare. So dudes beefing, girls screaming, one was bleeding, hit the ground. I ain't know him, plus I'm holding, so we leaving now. Make that shit to go for the police show up and see the crowd. So it's like, I'm doing something maybe I shouldn't be, and now there's all this heat over here, so we gotta get the fuck out of here. So make that shit to go for the police show up and see the crowd. Hailed a cab, black act, big rims, seats was brown. About to eat them, beat it up, not worry who got beaten down. That bar there, when I'm describing the taxi driver, is basically just for description, but the kind of idea of doing that actually came from the Fresh Prince. The license plates are fresh and had dice in the mirror. So that's where the kind of idea to describe the cab, hailed a cab, black Acura, big seats, big rims, seats was brown, whatever. About to eat them, beat it up, not worry who got beaten down. All right, so there's all this beef, that ain't none of my concern. I'm about to eat this food, I'm about to smash, and that's it. Other side of town, they probably getting even pal, meeting pizza, washing rolling spliffs up in the evening gown. When the shit hits so fucked up, I'm seeing sounds. Her ass was fat, so when she left, I told her, I'll see you around. So it's like, you have a good night, you're smoking weed, so fucked up, I'm seeing sounds. Her ass was fat, so when she left, I told her, I'd see you around, because her ass is round.
Yeah, shout out to the moon.
And, it's like, I'll see you later, but also, I'll see you around.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the hook one more time, which I already explained, and that's the song. That's Stunted Growth.
Also, the image of like rolling up a spliff in an evening gown is like, that's tight.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah, like I'm eating pizza while she rolling spliffs up in the evening gown.
Yeah, you're just like chilling, fucking on the bed. You have the whole pizza going on. You're like, hell yeah.
And it's like this song. Like at one point, this was pretty much like this was like a day in, kind of day out sort of thing. Not anymore. Now I'm old. Now I'm like, I can't even smoke weed anymore. I get paranoid. I gotta eat edibles.
Shout out to edibles.
Shout out to edibles. That's like old man weed consumption.
Yeah. I like the whole idea of stunted growth because that's the thing about growth is everyone thinks it's like a trajectory, but like growth really in life is like this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you gotta go down to go up.
Yeah.
And so like sometimes the growth's stunted, you know, like shout out to drinking coffee when you're 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just it. You can listen to that shit on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, fucking Tidal, YouTube Music. Also, you can buy the vinyl from blackbuffalorecords.ca.
And if you come see us live, you can hear me just shouting the fucking backup lyrics. Yeah. I do it every time.
And it honestly makes the song so much better, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for tuning in. Go fuck yourselves. Have a good night.
Let's get it. 7 p.m. Rose from my slumber, stumble out of bed, ignore that morning lumber. Check my phone blown up by these different numbers. Life cold as fuck, even though it's summer. All the snow, the whole row is covered. Got me under my covers, under surveillance by these undercovers. So I'm peeking under shutters, will make my mother shudder. Like how your boy grow up to be a motherfucker. Out the frying pan, still smooth as butter dough. All these wolves hiding rockin' wool and other clothes. Riding waves till they get put to that undertow. I ain't front beat, cause it really takes one to know. It's how it goes, it takes darkness for the light to glow. Light a match, wait a sec, inhale, then light the smoke. Getting rich quick, don't matter when your soul is broke. Shut the fuck up, dog, stop preaching and pass the note. Trying to cope, I'm losing hope. Smoking dope. Stunted growth, stunted growth. Trying to cope, I'm losing hope. Smoking dope. Stunted growth, stunted growth. About 4 a.m. and the club shut down. Walking through the city with a bitty mint just now. Yo, you hungry? Hit pizza corner, get some chow. If you down to go back to mom and maybe strip you down. Like a car for used parts, we both been around before we got together. I might shrouded by them whiskey clouds. About to kiss, then I heard some shit I spin around. Dudes beefing, girls screaming, one was bleeding, hit the ground. I ain't known, plus I'm holding, so we leaving now. Make that shit to go for the police, show up and see the crowd. Held a cab, black axe, big rims, seats was brown. About to eat them, beat it up, not worried who got beaten down. Other side of town, they probably getting even pal. Meeting pizza while she rolling spliffs up in the evening gown. When the shit hit so fucked up, I'm seeing sounds. Her ass was fat, so when she left, I told her, I'll see you around. Trying to cope, I'm losing hope. Getting dope. Stunted growth, stunted growth. I'm trying to cope, I'm losing hope. Smoking dope. Stunted growth, stunted growth.
70.
That's now available.
Crates.